Right, hi, thank you everybody. As what Adrian said earlier, we've got 232 clubs in today, so what better opportunity is it to talk to you about some of the projects we're working on and just to remind you of some of the support that's already available for clubs as well. So isn't BSAC really, let's face it, it's all about clubs. So it will come as no surprise, I'm sure, that supporting clubs is a central theme in the new strategic plan for BSAC, which is a strategy written for the next 5 years. Are many people familiar with that strategy? Has anyone not heard about the strategic plan for the next 5 years from BSAC? Okay, a few, not many though. So this is it here. It's all online, BSAC/strategy. So I'll be covering little bits and bobs from it today. It's quite comprehensive, so I do suggest you go online if you're interested and have a look at the broader programme of support for clubs. But today, I'm really going to focus on a few quick wins, actually, so you can go away next week and actually do some stuff which will help improve your club, I'm convinced, even next week. And then a little bit more about what's coming next year. So you've all got little notepads in your bags. If you haven't found them yet, get one out now, please, because I'd like to give you some note-taking. Because I'm going to talk you through three things, which many of you may be doing them already, many of you may not, but they're quite quick wins, actually, and they will help your club. Google, right? Is there anyone in the room that doesn't use Google, like probably every day, multiple times a day? We all do. It's how people find us. And there is something that you can do which is free, which will really help you in your rankings with Google, which is the Google Maps, which is combined, it's on the business listings page. Now, we've actually made it easy for you. We've put a little guide online, /Google Maps. It takes about 5 minutes. Put your essential stats in for your club name, contact details, put some pictures up, and Google will like you for that, and it will boost you up the organic search, the listings that come up naturally, not the paid ones, when people search. So and Google have got they've become a bit more localized. I don't know if people have spotted, but on the search listings page, you're more likely to see maps on them. You can get on that map. Now, I've just took this, I put a search in about a week ago. This was scuba diving London. So I've got a little pointer here somewhere, where is it? So these guys here, they've got, obviously they've got a listing. That one's got 44 reviews, this 32. Once you've got your listing on, email all your members, ask them to review you, and that will push you up. So I'm going to name and show it. Hellfin's in today. Anyone from Hellfin's? I know you're here, you're hiding. Right, Hellfin's are on here. They're above Big Squid. They've got a little dot. So they put a listing in, which is brilliant. They've got about 3 reviews. Brilliant. But these guys, in London, of course, it's going to be more. These guys have got 44 reviews. Now, I know Hellfin's and Clydive in London, they've both got about 100 members each. If they get half their members to review them, they'll come right up here. How powerful is that? Scuba diving London, BSAC clubs right at the top. So London obviously has got a lot more competition, so in a way it's a bit more important for these guys. But please do it. It's online. It takes 10 minutes, and ask your members to review. Would be great. So kind of continuing on the web theme, clubs do ask us what's most important. Is it social media? Is it website? Unfortunately, these days, you've kind of got to do it all. But something that we know from clubs because clubs that do it do really well, it's getting in the habit. First of all, have a Facebook page. Don't have a group if you can help it. A page is better in terms of encouraging fresh blood in. A group is a bit more sort of private, talking amongst oneself, if you like. But if you're wanting to get out there to recruit new people, share everything. Whatever you do, if you've got, if someone qualifies, celebrate their success. You know, well done so-and-so for qualifying as dive leader, whatever. If you have a do, if you go out on a trip, take pictures. Just get in the habit of doing that. It's really, really powerful for two ways, actually, because it's a catalyst, if you like, for word of mouth. Word of mouth has changed. It is still word of mouth, but it's through friends. It's through seeing what each other are doing on social media that gently encourages people to do things. But it's also really good for just keeping touch points, keeping engaged with your members. So if there was a trip to Lundy and they didn't sign up for it, they see the pictures afterwards. They're like, oh, you know, that looked really good. Next year when they go to Lundy, I might sign up for that. And it's all just drip, 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 gentle, gentle, and it just sort of keeps people more engaged. I know there's one club in particular, Loonsdale here. Jim, are you in here? Hey, Jim is like a genius at this. And Jim took his club from 7 members to about 40 over about 3 years. And when I asked him, what was the thing that really helped you? And he said they did this every trip, even if only a handful went because there was a bit of apathy in the club. He said he Facebooked it, he put the pictures on, and he thinks it really, really helped get the club back on track. And also, I know it's Beth from Sheffield Uni, who I think is here today. Sheffield Uni, I know, have really upped their Facebook over the last sort of few months and say that it's really helped them. So I really definitely recommend doing that. The FOMO thing, if people don't know, it's a bit of a new, some marketers use it. It's kind of a bit mean, but it's actually fear of missing out in a way with existing members. If they don't go on trips, if you've got people that are not taking part, putting all this stuff on Facebook just makes me think, oh, you know, actually, yeah, it looks slightly good. I might do that next time. So definitely do that if you can. My third little tip that you probably all know, but it's just a reminder really, is that there is an awful lot of free resource at HQ for you to use completely free of charge. So we've got guides, how to run the perfect tri-dive event. That we've had feedback from hundreds of clubs in terms of what works best. And the devil is in the detail with that kind of thing. It's all online. But of course, call us as well. Just call HQ, talk to me, talk to my colleagues if you've got challenges with your clubs, because we've heard it, so we can help. Sometimes it's not always easy knowing where to start, and we can help with that. Now I'll just point out this, I love this pointer that Jill's left on here. Has everyone heard of or seen the new Getting Started in Scuba? It's fairly new. It's beautiful. It was put together by the company that do Scuba magazine for us. It's basically a new magazine for people thinking of learning to dive. So it's about Ocean Diver. It's about kit. Things to think of, all the questions that newbies ask, it's in there. And that's a tool for free for clubs to give out to help get new members, really. Okay, so now a little bit on, that's your homework for next week. Now we can move on to a bit about what we're doing next year, really. Which Sophie and Woz have touched on some of this already. We have actually recruited at HQ. We've got an IT project manager and we've got a digital marketing person to really kind of help us man up to execute the strategy, really. And focusing on clubs, bringing online really stuff that you've said that you've wanted quite a while. The Sophie and Woz mentions the instructor resources going online. That's imminent. That's going to be in the next few weeks. So no longer are you going to have CDs, and it's free for instructors. We're looking at making the life of poor old membership secretaries in BSAC clubs a lot easier. So all of the digital membership process, end to end, from when a member joins, renews, med forms, the whole lot through to paperless DD, it will all be online. And so the new colleague, Chris Davies, who is here somewhere, our IT project manager, is looking at that. And he's looking at piloting that actually with 3 clubs to make sure that we get it right for you. So if there is a club here that's particularly interested in that and would like to be part of the piloting, please do let us know and you can get involved with that. Events is something else. I'm sure you're all familiar with the regional websites, and they all look rather old-fashioned, and that's different to how you book onto ITS, which is different. So everything is sort of fragmented. So what we're looking is bring it all together so it's a slick user experience. Booking an event is booking an event, whether it's regional, whether it's ITS. And the vision is that clubs will engage with this as well, so you can put your events on. So if you're a BSAC member, it's just, this is the stuff that's going on. Choose what you want. It's all here. Not thinking, oh, I need to go there for ITS. I need to go there for something else. So we're looking at that. Pool share, I wasn't sure whether to put that on. That's a fairly small thing, which will come online quite soon. It's just one of the pain points you've told us. I know club pool fees are getting more expensive. It's a challenge. People are losing pools. So we're putting together an online facility to help you guys collaborate with each other. So clubs that have got pools that are willing to share, so to enable people to hook up, to share resources, so you can all do what you need to do, really. Looking at marketing, there is actually a lot online now, and if you haven't looked at it all, please do go to /want new members and /club support. But next year, one of my jobs is going to be really doing an audit of all of the support for you online from a marketing angle, and actually reviewing the promotional materials as well. And I'll get onto a bit more about that in a minute. But something that you say as well, because we say, oh, there's, like Loonsdale, they do Facebook really well. Clydive, amazing website. They have to switch off their new member form. They're that successful. And what we're going to do is basically take best practice in all of these different things and gift it to you. We need to be sharing that the best way, so we don't have clubs trying to reinvent the wheel all the time. So we'll be doing that. And webinars, and this is something else for your notepad, a bit of homework. If there is any topic you want us to talk to you about over a webinar, recruitment, retention, anything to do with BSAC, anything that will help you support your club, tell us and we'll put it on for you, anything at all. So the website is something else that it's a bit of a pain point for a lot of people, let's face it. It's desperately in need of an overhaul, and that is happening. Again, my new colleague, who's taken on quite a lot, is looking at this. Actually, although you can't see it, a lot of work has happened already. Was talking about this. We're kind of getting a house in order at HQ, really, looking at all the operational systems, updating our software, our membership database. So really, we're creating the best foundation possible before we build on it with the website, because the website will, of course, integrate with those back office processes digitally. So we're working on that. That's sort of the boring preparatory part, really. And then we get into the more fun part, which is the visible part for members, which will be launching the website next year. So we need to do what the rest of the world, or a lot of the world, has done already. Make it user-friendly, make it responsive, so whether you're on your smartphone, you could be on it now, or your tablet, whatever, it works for you. And it knows who you are. If you're a technical instructor, when you go on, there's relevant content for you. That's what we're working towards. And lots of other things, but not that I can have got time to go into now. But I did put this phase 3 on because I thought this might interest you. For all of our clubs, we queried this on Friday, we've got 561 with their own websites, which actually is really impressive, I think. And they're good web addresses because we've recently audited them. But we know they're a pain for you. They're a pain for a lot of clubs, and actually you need help. People leave, where's the webmaster? Oh, what's the logon details? Oh, the domain's gone down. It's hassle that you don't need when you want to be diving in training. So what we're looking at is to go to some lengths to try and take that pain away. A bit like the best practice. We'll think through, where's the best place to have your phone number? What's the best way to get people to convert, to query, to do a try dive with you? So we'll be looking at that. That is a bit further into the future. The website is the first nut for us to crack. That's going to be next year. I can't say when the phase 3 will come, but I do want to tell you that that is absolutely the intention. Okay, so all of the work that we've done with the strategic plan, we've kind of held up the mirror, really. We've looked at training, we've looked at clubs, we've looked at membership, and we've now got this plan for 5 years and 38 different projects that have gone through a sausage machine of prioritisation. And it's really forced us to hold the mirror up and look at what we're doing in all these areas. And another thing, when we've had 3,000 surveys back, we've had 54 interviews, focus groups, you name it, all this sort of data to process. And it's made us think about our image and how we look, how we talk about ourselves, whether we're united. And it's just made us think about something which I'm going to share with you now, which is our brand, our image. Now, one of the key themes in the strategy we know is to succeed, we need to become more relevant to our existing members, more relevant to people in the British diving market that don't choose us. And we need to understand that. This is what the strategic plan is addressing. We've now come to the view that to support the strategic work we're doing, we really need a brand identity that is going to help us re-establish ourselves in the British diving marketplace. And we've consulted quite a lot of people on this, and the consensus is, you know what, BSAC, yeah, it's probably time. It's probably time we looked at that. So we know we need a modern brand. Everyone talks about getting more young people in. We need to look good. We need to be consistent. We've thought these things through. Consistency, also with the customizable club websites, a unified look. We are British diving, and this is what we want to distill it down to. Re-establishing ourselves in the market. BSAC is British diving. We are British diving. Join us. Be part of us. Be quite clear about our message. A colleague of mine and I have looked at this, talked to members, and we're now starting with looking at a new look and feel, which I'm going to share with you now. But this is very much a consultative process. We need you to be happy. So we're going into club. We can't go to every single club, but if you want to be involved with this, please do come and see myself, Mary at the back of the hall, and just give your details if you want to feed back and actually be part of the process, because we need a representative sample to make sure we're making the right decision. Okay. So with the look, as we know, our own website, how we communicate, how we advertise, it's been really wordy. I think we try and be so many things. Oh, we've got this many clubs, we do training, we're just complicated, and we want to strip it back and be simple and give a clear message to ourselves and the outside world, really. So this is the type of look that we're thinking of going down. Celebrating the Britishness. Now this, I'm being a bit mean to myself here, but I don't mind. This is a bit of an old advert, but I think it kind of like shows we don't want to be that anymore. Does anyone want to be that anymore, or do they want to be that? And this is the conclusion we got to. We need to look cooler. We need to be clearer, and that's where we're looking at heading. So what happens? Yeah, as I mentioned, it's very much consultative. That has started to some degree. If you want to be involved, if you want to find out more, if it's something that you do in a job, if you're really interested, then please let us know. Mary is in the far corner by the membership table, just by the doors. Please go and talk to Mary. We can arrange coming to see your club, to talk through, because of course it's not just look, we're talking about our voice, our tone of voice, how we talk about ourselves, BSAC, BSAC. You know, we've had brand inconsistencies. We need to pull it together and be clear. And this, so you know, we are looking at this, if we make this change, tying it in with the digital changes next year. New website, new look. It's really, really exciting time for BSAC. Ali, unfortunately, Ali can't be here this weekend. This is the project Ali is leading on, but we'll take your details if you're interested and pass it all back to Ali to manage. Thank you very much.
All right, I'd just like to thank Debbie for that.